Welcome to my channel. I want us to look at the issues that the vice presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, lashed Atiku Abubakar, the issue that was raised in the interview, so-called interview he granted Arise Television. Why did I call it so-called? Because the interview was done in Atiku's house. It was a pre-recorded interview, so it doesn't really give a clear indication of how Atiku Abubakar, his competence, his ability to answer questions unaided. Because right now, as somebody who wants to be the president of Nigeria, he is seeking to be the servant leader of Nigerians. He is not going to be a boss of Nigerians. It is servant leadership that Nigeria needs right now, and not somebody who will be raising his shoulder that is a big man. Arise Television have to go to his house. He ought to be at the studio of Arise Television to answer questions as regards national issues and the issues put to him. But he failed to do that. So that's his interview is not really an interview as far as many Nigerians are concerned. But there are some fundamental issues he raised that is still reverberating across the country. And the issues he raised was about Tinubu and the fact that Tinubu was a man who he had problem with, because Tinubu in 2007, when Atiku Abubakar emerged the presidential candidate of Action Congress, Tinubu wanted to be his vice president. He said that was the root of their problem. He said because he rejected that offer by Tinubu, Tinubu walked against his candidacy. So Tinubu played the part of an anti-party, what they call in political party balance as anti-party activity. So he sabotaged Atiku Abubakar, according to Atiku Abubakar, in the election, because he was not given the vice presidential ticket. Of course, Tinubu has come to deny it. He says it's not true, that it was Atiku that made the offer to him. But if we look at Tinubu's antecedent from what he did in 2015, when General Muhammad Buhari of People All Progressive Congress emerged the presidential candidate of the party, how he wanted to be the vice presidential candidate. Atiku even recalled that he was among those who was opposed to Tinubu's Muslim ticket. Tinubu cannot deny this. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki, former Senate President Bukola Saraki, and so many other people have testified, have given instances that Tinubu actually wanted to be vice president to Buhari until common sense prevailed and the compromise candidate in person of Professor Yemi Osibanjo from Southwest I Christian was now given the position. So that is a fact. Tinubu can deny all he likes, but there are people who can bear witness to that. Then another issue that was thrown up was that Tinubu claiming that he was given the ticket and he rejected it in 2007. It can't be true. Because if he rejected it, why did he work against his party's interest, ACM? So it is not true. And Tinubu is noted for serial lying, because you see the issue of his state of origin, his real name, his academic qualifications are all being disputed. Some of them are already issues that have gone to court. And we all know that Tinubu tried to avoid some of these issues about his identity when he claimed in his INEC form that he didn't attend primary and secondary school, but he attended university and all that. So based on his antecedents, the person who is likely to be saying the truth is Elijah Atiku Abubakar. But Elijah Atiku Abubakar is not exonerated from this Muslim saga because Tinubu accused him of wanting to be the presidential candidate of the vice presidential candidate to uh, Chief MKO Abiola in 1992-93, ahead of the 1993 presidential election. That was one of the things Tinubu accused of him. That also, that one Tinubu was right because it was a historical fact that Tinubu Atiku Abubakar was among the major presidential candidates that contested that election, and he performed so well that he expected to be compensated as vice presidential candidate to MKO Abiola. But Abiola overlooked him and gave the position to King Gibe ahead of the election. So it's a fact that Atiku also wanted to do Muslim tickets with MKO Abiola. But the historical context is different because at that time, Nigeria was looking for a way to get rid of the military. So Muslim tickets or Christian tickets could have been tolerated if it would pave a way for the military to leave the scene. So in that case, Atiku Abubakar can be, forgiven for his quest. Okay. Then another issue that was thrown up, which I'm now going to discuss, which is the issue of the capacity of Tinubu to grant 1 hour interview. Okay, because if you read the back and forth between the two camps, in a statement issued by Paul Ibe on behalf of Atiku, he challenged Tinubu to grant 1 hour interview if he could be able to do it, and he alleged that Tinubu could not even be able to recognize the name of his political party and all that. It was contained in in the statement issued by Paul Ibe on behalf of Atiku. We'll get into that, but before we do that, please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, the 1 hour challenge interview that Atiku was throwing to Tinubu, they believe that they are thinking that Tinubu cannot stand the rigor of 1 hour interview, that it will expose his mental capacity to be president. But I think that Atiku themselves are getting it wrong because Atiku's interview was an arranged interview in the sense that it was prepackaged. It was edited. It was not live. So I think Tinubu can be able to do that effectively. All he has to do is to arrange it in his house, and they will do it, and they can edit out what Tinubu does not want. Even if he has to pay money to edit out those ones, he can easily do that. Anybody can do that if you have your money. Okay? So I don't think that is the real challenge. The real challenge is for both of them. As for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, to appear on Arise Television or Channel Television live so that they could be interviewed and thrown questions that some of them may be uncomfortable to them, but they have to answer it because Nigeria is in an uncomfortable position. And leaders that must emerge in 2023 should be those, especially president, should be the president that should be able to deal with uncomfortable situations. Because being interviewed in the comfort of your home gives you total charge over the whole affairs. And it's not right because it is the Nigerian people that are being shortchanged. That is why what Nigerians actually need is a challenge for all of them to appear before the uh, live television of Arise Television and Channels Television and what have you, so that they can be able to ask questions. They don't have to rely on their media aids, because come to think of it, they are the ones looking for the vote of Nigerians and not their media aids. Nigerians are not voting for Paul Ibe, who speaks for Atiku Abubakar, or Tunde Rahman, who speaks uh, for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They want to, they are going to vote for these two candidates and others who are in the race. Somebody like Mr. Peterobi, who is a front runner in this election, he has been interviewed severally in the studio of Arise Television, in the studio of Channels Television. We don't have to bring Peterobi inside it. Nigerians have seen it all about Mr. Peterobi in terms of his capacity to deliver, his capacity to handle issues, to answer questions, to deal with uncomfortable questions. He has appeared in Berekete Family Radio Station, which is one of the hottest seats you can appear in Nigeria in terms of radio broadcast, international broadcast. He has appeared there and he comported himself comfortably. I will challenge Bola Ahmed Tinubu and and uh, Atiku Abubakar to appear on Berekete Family Radio Station in Abuja, which will be aired live both locally and internationally. It will help Nigerians to understand their ability and their capacity to perform. They should also appear live on Channels Television and Arise Television in real time, so that people can really know whether they have a grasp of what they are coming to do with government if they are elected into position. So it's not fair on Atiku Abubakar to be taking jab on Tinubu that he can't stand 1 hour interview. He can. I can tell you for free that Tinubu can easily do that. Anybody can do that, because under a controlled environment, every politician can be able to do that. So I don't know what they mean by that. What is lacking is these two candidates to appear on live television, one-on-one, with anchors of Channels Television, Arise Television, so that they will be asked questions like they have thrown questions to Mr. P2B and he answered them, and people know where he stands. That's why there's a lot of momentum in his favor right now in the presidential race, because people have seen him. But Atiku and Tinubu are just hiding. Nobody knows where they stand on any particular issue. So it's a no-brainer for Tinubu, for Atiku Abubakar to be taking jabs on Tinubu that he can't stand 1 hour interview. He can stand it. I can bet on that he can stand it, because under a controlled environment, anybody can stand for that. But what Nigerians need is these leaders, aspiring presidents, to be able to be interrogated by Nigerians, just the same way that others have been interrogating Mr. P2B. I told you he has appeared on Berekete Family Live, Berekete Radio, uh, television, online, TV, and what have you. Live, he has been there. People threw questions from him. There was all kinds of questions, and he performed excellently well, to the level that even the owners of that television, that Berekete Family, were ready to even raise money for him to run for president. So it's what is needed from these leaders. Atiku and Tinubu should make themselves available to be interviewed. They should not be hiding behind fingers. They should come out so that they be interviewed by Nigerians. Hiding from Nigerian media will not solve the problem. And organizing closed interview where the interview will be pre-recorded will not be able to tell us exactly where they stand on issues. So that is something that needs to be addressed. they should be as open, as media friendly as Mr. Peterobi, and tell Nigerians what they want to achieve, these two men, and how they are going to achieve it. It's not enough to tell us you fight insecurity. It's not enough to say you create jobs. It is not enough to say you are going to rid the country of unemployment. We must be told how you are going to do it, where you are going to get the money from. Because right now, Nigeria is broke. Nigeria need problem solvers and not those who grandstand and claim that they have the solution. And until they enter the position before they begin to talk about finding the solution. That is what I'm talking about. So it is important that this is done instead of grandstanding about capacity to grant interview by Atiku Abubakar, claiming that Tinubu may not be able to withstand the 1 hour rigor of interview. He can't do that, as I've said. So what we need is they should be media friendly. They should talk to Nigerian media. Let us know where they stand. They should not be hiding behind the fingers and claiming that they can solve Nigeria's problem. We want to see how they will solve it, and they have to be open to the media. Thank you for watching this. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.